All praise, honor, and glory to the Most High, Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakah Kadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders that great Muslim that rule well, and shalom to the hopeful elect. I wanted to get into the massive benefit of suffering in this walk, as it tells us in Sirach, the second chapter, that when we come to serve the Most High, to prepare thy soul for temptation, with making a distinction between them that serve not the Most High, or the time before you came into the service and ministry of the Most High. Now those temptations are going to come at a higher volume, and to understand why, okay, to see the necessity, how needful and beneficial that is, okay, and to growth. Because how the fuck can you grow and mature unless you're going through temptations and going through sufferings and afflictions? This is in 2 Timothy 2 and 3. It says, Thou therefore endure hardness as a good soldier. That word endure hardness is one phrase in the Greek, kakopateo. It means to endure hardships, okay, or to suffer afflictions. So to endure hardness is to suffer afflictions, man. Okay, and through that, you're being made hard. All right, that word endure in the etymology means to undergo or suffer, especially without breaking. And then through you suffering, with that pressure being put on you without breaking, what's happening? You're being made hard. You're being hardened. You're being made stronger. It's the whole concept behind the Saiyans and the Viltrumites in that show Dragon Ball and Invincible, right? The more that they're fucking that they're beat down, the more battles that they engage in, the stronger that they become. All right. It's also the concept behind fucking working out. You breaking down the muscle so it builds up pains and gains. So that those pains, the suffering is fucking, it's centrifugal, meaning it's the center, it's the foundation behind you getting those gains. All right, gaining mass. All right, and power and strength. And the same is for is spiritually, okay? Going through these fucking sufferings and temptations, and through it, like it said, after the chastening, it doesn't fucking feel good while you go through it, but at the end, you reap that peaceable fruit. All right, or like it says in Sirach, the second chapter, that you'll be increased at thy last end. So what kind of gains are you looking at the end of this thing? From the moment you put your hand to the plow, or you came to serve Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, until the end. That constant progression and process of you being made hard through prevailing, if you will, through denying those temptations, okay? So you're being made hard, and it says to be firm or solid, steadfast. I don't know if I just quoted that. Bruce Lee, it said to pray not for an easy life, but for the strength to endure a hard one, okay? Because through an easy life, you're not growing, but through that hard life, and you enduring and overcoming and prevailing through those temptations, those sufferings, those hardships, those afflictions, then you gain the power and the strength. Okay, so with that the highest volume of that coming the elect's way, how strong and built up are they becoming? All right, fucking invincible. It says also to be firm, solid, steadfast, right? Well, that's exactly what a soldier goes into. Soldier, the root word is solid, solidus. Okay, let's get it. Soldier etymology. Soldier coming from Latin solidus. Okay, which is a fighting man, of course, one engaged in military service, which it tells us that in that word wareth, in the fourth verse, no man that wareth entangleth himself with the affairs of this life. That word wareth means one that is engaged in active service on a military expedition. Okay, so we are indeed soldiers in the army of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. But it goes down, it says, Slovakia. It says, Latin solidus, name of a Roman gold coin, properly coin of thick or solid metal, not of a thin plate. See, solid. Okay, solid, not empty or hollow. Hardened. Okay, firm, whole, undivided, entire. Okay, and I believe it uses that word in the scriptures to be entire, to be whole, and furthermore, it tells us that we are being perfected through those sufferings. So the more sufferings, the more perfection, or the more hardened, is what it just tells us. Solid. Okay. Slock. It is in James 1. Slovakia. Yep, we're going to get that. That's the spirit. Entire, though, for solid, going into soldier. Okay? Because entire or entirety goes into completion. All right? It says in Hebrews 2 and 10, for it became him for whom are all things, and by whom are all things, in bringing many sons unto glory, to make the captain of their salvation perfect through sufferings. Okay? So just as the Yahushai Mashiach caught holy hell, he was bombarded with sufferings. So are we. Okay? As a servant is not greater than his master. But this is proof. It just tells us plainly that you are perfected through sufferings. You're made perfect through sufferings. Okay? Through the Spirit, let's get that. That word perfect. Because it is likened to a muscle, if you will. Okay? Resisting temptations. It's likened to a muscle that you build up, that you constantly are working out or exercising. We're going to show that. Hebrews 2 and 10. That word perfect. Complete. Look at that. So in entirety, to be whole, right? To be complete, perfect, should be found perfect. Okay. To bring to a close of fulfillment by an event. It just means to be complete. Yeah. All right. Holy, holy, righteous. Okay. And it's an exercise. That's why it tells us it worketh. Let's get that. It worketh patience, right? And that's why, just as the Most High sent the tempter, because when you go into the tempter that was went after Yahushai, it said he was sent expressly by the Most High. Okay, he was literally sent by the Most High. Okay, to tempt, just like Job. It's the same concept. All right. It says in Romans 5:3, and not only so, but we glory in tribulations also, knowing that tribulation worketh patience. And in James 1:3, knowing this, that the trying of your faith worketh patience, right? So the Most High sends those temptations to his men at a higher volume so that we can continually exercise and work out that patience, man, which is the ability to endure hardships and afflictions. And it's even heavier. That word patience, it goes into the willingness to endure all hardness and afflictions. Okay, so there's a willingness to it. Understand, you're willing because you know what gains you're going to get from it by resisting that temptation or overcoming that hardship. All right. James 1:2 started, my brethren, count it all joy when you fall into diverse temptations, knowing this, that the trying of your faith worketh patience. Okay. So it's being exercised, and what's being made as a result? You're being made hard. Okay. So worketh meaning to katergazomai. Katergazomai. All right. It means to perform, to accomplish, to achieve. It says to work out, i.e., to do that from which something results. Okay? So through that temptation and you resisting that temptation, you're working out that patience, and then you're now getting gains, because you work out to get fucking results, to get gains, and those are the results that you're getting. You're being made hard. You're being more bolstered and built up in the faith and in your ability now to resist that temptation and other ones as they come. Okay? To work fully. And then that word patience, we'll get that. That one's a smoker. It's hupumene, and it means steadfastness, constancy, endurance. So that's what it works out. It works out. It worketh. Patience means it works out. We just broke down worketh. It works out your endurance. Okay, that trait, that ability, because endurance is an ability that gets crafted, all right, and perfected to where because your endurance will increase or decrease based off of activity or inactivity, right? Progression and stagnation, or digression, which is synonymous with stagnation. Okay, that endurance will grow based on what you on how much you exercise it, man. You got to exercise these different these traits. What does it say? These different fruits. Okay, in the New Testament, the characteristic of a man who is not swerved from his deliberate purpose and his loyalty to faith and piety by even the greatest trials and sufferings. Okay, so that's what it's working. Okay, you're it's increasing your ability in that. It says it, patience is the temper which does not easily succumb under suffering, is the self-restraint which does not hastily retaliate a wrong. The one is opposed to cowardice or despondency, the other to wrath and revenge. Okay, so it's cheerful or hopeful endurance, right here in the Strong's definition. Okay, so enduring patience, patient continuance, waiting. Okay, which we are required to patiently do, to wait on the salvation of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Okay, so through those temptations and through that suffering, this is the massive benefit right here, right? You're being made hard, and your patience is being exercised. Okay, and all those virtues, really, all those fruits are being exercised and increased and built up. All right, this is in 1 Peter 4 and 12. Beloved, think it not strange concerning the fiery trial which is to try you, as though some strange thing happened unto you. But rejoice inasmuch as ye are partakers of Hamashiach's sufferings, that when his glory shall be revealed, ye may be glad also with exceeding joy. So that's really the end result. That's really the ultimate benefit of the sufferings that we endure in this truth, in this walk. All right, the afflictions that the Most High puts on his men, and what that purpose is for. Okay, being partakers of Hamashiach's sufferings, and what that brings. Okay, like it just said, it brings perfection. You're being made perfect through sufferings. All right, to understand, like it said, to be when Salakia, it said, when his glory shall be revealed. Okay, so when his glory shall be revealed, then we'll be exceeding with we'll be exceeding glad with joy, because the elect is going to be joint heirs, okay, in the inheritance of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. The glory, as it just said. That's the end result of these sufferings, the massive benefit of suffering in this thing, man. How it could indicate who you could be in accordance to the allotment of mankind down here, the different lots that the Most High has these people in. Okay? The Most High willing that it could be indicative that you're of the elect. All right? Because this is the prereq. And finishing off in 2nd Esdras 7 and 6, it says, there is also another thing. A city is builded and set upon a broad field, and is full of all good things. The entrance thereof is narrow, and set in a dangerous place to fall, like as if there were a fire on the right hand, and on the left a deep water, and one only path between them both, even between the fire and the water, so small that there could but one man go there at once. If this city now were given unto a man for an inheritance, if he never shall pass the danger set before it, how shall he receive this inheritance? And that's exactly what this suffering and this walk is going to lead to. All right, it's going to lead into the kingdom. All right, unspeakable, unimaginable glory. Okay? Unconscionable wealth and immortality. All right? Governance over the entire universe, man. So to obtain that, the greatest reward in the history of mankind, all right? How the fuck can he obtain that without going through the ultimate form of afflictions and dangers, man, and sufferings? All right. To understand what this leads to, the massive benefit of this suffering, man, that it leads to a kingdom, power over the nations. All right. So with that, all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai Ba'Shem Rakah Kadash. Shalom.